Hey guys, it's me, Rick Finish here, and today I'm giving you a rundown pretty much of everything you need to know about Forza Horizon 2 right before its release on the 30th if you're in the US, and maybe some other place. I'm not 100% sure it's releasing on the 30th as well, and pretty much the rest of the world in the 3rd of October. Because I'm in the UK, we're only getting on the 3rd of October, so the gameplay is going to be a bit late, but I did put this video together for you guys, so you can check it out. And just basically see everything the demo has to give. This basically first thing I'm going to do is basically take you through how this video is going to work, and then after that I will go into all the juicy details about everything the game needs. So basically right now you're seeing is the intro sequence. It's going to go on for a bit, I think up to a few minutes. And after that, we're gonna it's gonna be like four different videos running at the same time. The top left corner is gonna be all the really cool showcase events that you get to do in the demo, like the starting like sprint up to your current destination that you're gonna be set in, and stuff like that basically. Maybe some cool me messing around with some features on that side. And the other three are going to be basically me just driving around in 3 different cars that you get to play in a demo. So you can see what the difference is between them, maybe like how handling wise, what the modeling looks like, what the races look in different classes, because they have different classes, spoiler alert, in the game, just kind of like Forza 5. So yeah, basically that's how the video is going to work. And first thing I think I want to move on to is the actual reviews and how well the game was, what kind of reception the game has from critics. And I'm going to the first review, basically Metacritic. It's not cricket, it's critic. Yeah, basically. So on Metacritic, the score is 88, which is actually really high. Oh no, sorry, 86. Sorry, 86. It's actually really high. The Eurogamer gave it a 90. For GameSpot gave it a 9. IGN gave it a 9. And basically, I've seen some people give it a 10, I've seen some people give it a 9, people give it a 9.5, and so on and so on and so on. The lowest review I've seen was from Polygon, which was 70. Now, I have 100, or 7 out of 10. One thing I did notice is, I've read this review, and I personally think it's completely unjustified. It's a really rubbishly written review. It's like a person doesn't obviously know what he's talking about, because he's comparing it to Forza Motorsport 5 and Gran Turismo 6. He does not realise that basically that Horizon is a sub-brand, not an actual part of Forza Motorsport. Therefore, it should not be classed in the simulation genre. He should be comparing it to Need for Speed, not to, or maybe even the crew, but the crew's not out, so technically you can't compare that. But basically, it should be compared to more arcade-type races rather than simulation with real tracks. Apparently, it goes, oh, there are no real tracks, and that's why it has no personality. And I'm just like, have you played the game? Seriously, the game has tons of personality, just for the fact that you hate it. I don't get why you hate it. It's a brilliantly done game. There's literally, a 7 is really low for something like this. I think they were just trying to be sort of a bit different, try to just spark a bit of controversy, and that's probably why I'm talking about it. But it was really bugging me. And I really think they deserve pretty much help for that, because that is just too low for a game like that, especially. No fanboy here, but seriously, it's the game is freaking amazing. It runs perfectly, it runs smoothly. There is no technical issues with the game. Therefore, they should have not made a 7. There was no reason for it. The guy just didn't know what the hell he was reviewing. So that's that. I think he'd probably be one of those people that gives Project Cars a higher rating than this, just for the fact is that is a proper simulation game. But this was never advertised as one, but of course, so some people will never be satisfied. Yeah, so the reviews are really good. So it's on average it's averaging about 86%. So maybe a 9 out of 10 is probably average, I'd say. If you round it all up. So the game got a really good reception. And the demo is available right now if you haven't played it, but there's no point really downloading the demo, but you can download the demo still and play it through, just to see if you just enjoy the feel of the game or not, because some people might not and some people might, it's kind of a personal preference here really. But yeah, that's kind of like personally, if you just love having fun with cars, maybe even if you don't like cars, just having like a bit of fun. So this game is just fun. Seriously, it's ridiculous and it's fun. That is the point of it. And yeah, sorry I keep saying I'm a lot, but basically I'm trying to sort of think and give you all the details I can so I don't forget anything, because this is the detailed video, and that's going to be freaking wonderful. Okay, so the reviews are great, the gameplay is great, there's no problems I've seen with the game so far, no weird glitches, nothing like texture popping or weather effects randomly spawning like in Test Drive Unlimited. There's really, the game looks ridiculously good. Like you can't, it looks so good that you actually start, the first thing you start doing is trying to see where it doesn't mimic real life. And my girlfriend actually found like a little little way of hiccups, which is basically, if you look on the side windows, but it's like, again, this is only in the demo. If you look on the side windows, the raindrops always form at the same spots. So it's like, it's a little thing, but it's like chances are when you're driving about, like I didn't notice it because I was driving, so it's like, I think it's like when you're going 120, you're not gonna be looking at the side, like side windows. It's not really gonna make a difference. And mostly I drive an exterior view anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. Yeah, so basically Forza Horizon 2, it came out with a lot more additional content, like a lot more content than First Horizon. It's pretty much double the size in every way than the original Horizon, which is freaking amazing. Seriously, the game has more events, has more space to play with, has the best thing about it, I think, is just like the idea that the roads are not closed and you can just jump off cliffs, as you can see in the video. At some point I will jump a cliff, or and my car's going to catch a ridiculous air, which was not available in First Horizon. This game in itself, I think, has set a ridiculously high bar for the next racing games that are coming. Drive Club, The Crew, and Project Cars. Maybe the Project Cars is a bit off onto the other side, but it has set like a different bar for arcade races, and maybe simulation could start to learn and make the game slightly more fun, maybe a bit more varied than they were, because like I'm personally a fan of Forza Motorsport 5, but I personally think it could have done with more variety, because some events get quite dull after a while and just turn into more of a grind fest. I get that racing game is supposed to be a grind fest, but then it's like, it's supposed to be a fun grind fest, and you're just doing the same racetrack over and over and over, trying to get that car, just because they're pricing you out. Also, the good thing about the game, I've seen the whole car list, and one thing I've noticed is all the cars have been downgraded in price compared to the First Horizon. For example, a 250 GTO Ferrari would cost you 10 million in the First Horizon, now it would cost you 6.5 million. A Veyron Super Sport would cost you about 2.6 million, now it costs you 1.1 million, and a Hennessy costs you 350,000, something like that, which is actually really good. Like it was $1 million in the first game, so this is ridiculously good, and that makes it just makes it so much better to play. Also, on the DLC front, the game will be launching in 3 different forms. Well, there's like, I would say 3 different forms. Basically, the game has a day one has normal, just the game. As day one edition comes with a day one car pack, which includes the 2012 Dodge Challenger RT, 2014 Ford Fiesta SD, and a 2013 Mercedes-Benz A45 AMG. Now, I'm not 100% sure if these cars are like exclusive, so like basically you get them as DLC and you only get them as DLC. I think they might be just like early access cars, like the Crew's doing, rather than them not being in the game, because it'd be a bit strange if they didn't have them in the game, because I've seen them in the demo, so I'm just sort of trying to figure out if that's the case. But in other ways, they've also got a deluxe edition, which is basically the day one edition plus VIP membership, which gives you a few bonuses, and also it gives you access to 5 exclusive VIP car pack cars from the VIP car pack. Sorry, yeah. These are, and I personally think this is a ridiculously good selection, and it's probably worth just alone getting Forza VIP. Forza Horizon 2 VIP. So the cars are 2012 Lamborghini Urus. If you don't know that, what that is basically a Lamborghini concept off-roader, sort of SUV like they made. It looks insane. I recommend you Google it. It looks like personally, I think it's one of the most insane looking off-roaders, and since this game is going to take you off-road a lot, that is going to be just fun to tune, seriously. Next car is a 2014 Tesla Model S, and since that's just a fully electric car, I'll be quite interested to see what you could do with that engine and how much you can tune it. And then it's a 1967 Ferrari 330 P4, which we've only seen actually in basically just a Forza Motorsport alone. So it's like we haven't actually seen we haven't actually tried driving around anywhere else. So that's new. All these cars, by the way, I knew not only to four out of these 5 cars. Sorry, I couldn't speak that properly. Are new to the Forza series altogether, while only the 330 P4 is still new to Horizon, but it's not new to the Forza series. The rest are brand new. Next is a 1949 Mercury Coupe, which is a cult classic car. It's in that class. Don't worry, it's going to be some interesting races there. And a 2013 Donkerwarts DA GTO. I don't know. I can't read that. Basically, it's like an extreme track toy. That's also another class in the game. And basically, yeah, it's a carbon fiber construction. Has like a basic kind of like a Caterham, but it goes around the Nürburgring a lot faster than the Caterham. So that's pretty good. Like, it's nice they added that in the game. Also, the VIP membership gives you 2 times player reward acceleration, whatever that means. I don't know if that's going to mean more XP or better rewards from XP or higher payouts, but something along those lines. So, you know, expect basically there's going to be videos about people posting it, and we'll find out soon what that is exactly. Also, you get exclusive multiplayer events and in-game gifts from Forza community team and special in-game recognition, like a little crown basically, as you go in Forza 5. One thing that is really handy, if you already own Forza 5 VIP membership, you get a discount on the Forza Horizon 2 VIP membership. So any pack you buy with it gets a discount, which is actually really cool. I think it's a really nice thing there. Like, it really helps. You know, just basically you to how to say basically it's an incentive to buy the VIP membership. Well, it was like because oh look, it's a lot cheaper than I'd usually buy it for. It's like, I think it's about half price or something like that in sense. So that's pretty good. Then there is also the deluxe edition, which no, sorry, not we were just talking about the deluxe edition. There's the ultimate edition, which is just ridiculous, really, because it also includes the car pass, and you'd be happy to know that the car pass is actually only 20 quid this time around, not 40. So it actually means the overall game pack comes about 72 quid instead of you know, the usual like, oh, it comes out about near 100 something. So that's quite handy. And basically it gives basically the car pass will give you additional cars, basically like 6 car packs, 5 cars in each car pack, so 30 cars in total. Plus you get an exclusive bonus car, which is 2010 Noble M600. So that's pretty good. Also, any cars you buy through DLC, like if you buy DLC for Forza Horizon, it gets put right into your garage. You don't have to buy the car. Well, that's obviously first time purchase. Any other purchase of that car will have to be going through the actual. You know, you're gonna have to actually grind the money together and, you know, buy the cars. But that's actually really handy. Also, they're offering incentives for people that, like, you know, if you have Forza rewards. And Forza Rewards is basically something to give you when you've played loads of Forza games, and basically the more you've played Forza games and the more you've been sort of involved in the Forza community, the better rewards you get. And there's like 6 tiers, and you get rewards coming from tier 2, and basically they're just basically progressive cars, and the higher tier you are, the more cars you get. And here's the list. Tier level 2 gets you a 2011 BMW 1 Series M Coupe. Tier level 3 gets you a 2013 Viper GTS. Tier level 4 gets you a 2015 Lamborghini Huracan LP 610./4, whatever it is. I don't know how to really read those things. Tier level 5 gives you a 2014 Locomotives Rally Fighter, which is a ridiculous off-road car. Tier level 6 gets you a 2013 McLaren P1, which is insane because now you have basically another 5 cars in your garage just from the start before you even started the bloody game. which I think is stupid. Stupidly good, obviously. And also, if you play a demo, you also get WRX STI in your garage for free, which, you know, who doesn't want that? So you start off the game pretty much from around like 20 cars in your garage from the beginning if you buy the Ultimate Edition, and that I think is personally ridiculous, but it's also really good because that means you have variety and you have time to experiment with different cars and, you know, kind of get a feeling for them and so on. So it's a really good thing there. And it's great that they're doing it. I love just basically them seeing like rewarding you with things rather than somewhere around that, rather than rewarding you with credits, which they used to do before. Now they're just rewarding you with cars, which is actually, I think, probably a better thing because some people will not play these cars and play with these cars, and so kind of encourage them to sort of experiment a bit. Also, the starting cars in the game are going to be a BMW Z4, S-Drive, whatever the end of it name is. A Camaro SS, 1969 I think, Camaro SS, and Toyota Supra. They have different classes. Also, each car will have its different category, so don't worry, Supra will not be going against like a Z4, or, you know, even if they have the same sort of, like, you know, class ranking as, you know, like basically they're both A class, they're not like that anymore. It's just basically more like, hey, this tier is you know, like basically like an off-road championship, and this is more like a supercar championship, and so on. So you kind of get different cars competing each other. You don't get something like ridiculous where you get an off-road car competes against like Veneno. That'd just be ridiculous. So I am glad there's some balancing done there, which is much needed. Also, one thing I should really talk about before you know, I'm start running out of time is the bucket list. It is ridiculous. They basically in addition to barn finds and signs, and have a lot more discount signs and special like XP bonus signs and stuff, is basically they've added other things on top of that. They've got basically cars scattered around the game, and you basically go up to the cars and they have like a challenge you have to do. Sometimes set a certain speed, sometimes race for a field, sometimes get a certain amount of near misses, and so on. Basically, it gets you to try cars. It's a really good way to sort of get a feel for the cars, and also, you know, just basically it's kind of like Top Gear style challenges, which are really, even though there's no Top Gear in the game, it's really nice to see that sort of influence there, which and it doesn't take itself too seriously, which is something I love to see. Also, the free roam is basically like the online is instant. You basically just choose it to turn on to online, and you can just drive around for a bit until it finds a session. When it finds a session, it logs you in, and you bang, you're in game. You were just free roaming around with your mates, or, you know, you just basically just yeah, you can do an online road trip, and then you just get put into games after games after games. You just drive to places, get additional XP, and it's a ridiculous game, really. I love it personally. Just how great everything works. It's really, like, you know, smooth. It's really encouraging, like, you know, like basically people that don't like to play multiplayer to play it. Also, there's driver tours in the thing in the game, so you're still playing against your friends. So it kind of gives you a bit more satisfaction from that. You know, like Forza 5 did, where you beat your friend rather than, you know, some random AI, which is really cool. I like that. Yeah, guys. I didn't manage to cover everything, but I hope I've answered most of your questions. If you have any other questions, please put it in the comments below. I will try to answer as many as I can. And just keep commenting, keep throwing questions at me. I will try to answer all of them. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it with your friends. Maybe they have some additional questions that I haven't thought of, and you haven't thought of, and I can answer them as well. And you know, leave a like, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel, because, you know, I make videos constantly like this, and I'll be doing a lot more Forza Horizon 2 gameplay, and I'll do my own review of it later on once I get my hand on the game. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.